gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Hello Central. We're live from Front Street. Hey, we got some snow. Yes, I loved it. Last night, leaving the elementary school at about, what, I don't know, 9:30, quarter 10 or so, and it was just snowy, blowy, and I meant to thank Wes Perkins. We were up at the ballroom dance thing, and bless his heart, I had to call him to help me get home because it was snowy, blowy out there at the East End. Anyway, but it was pretty, and I love it, and it's warm, and hopefully it's not going to get too icy. And be careful and watch out for kids, but enjoy it. Gosh, this snow is just so cool. And Iditarod's coming. Now they got something to run on. We just need a little more cold weather and some more snow. Had a nice break, and last week, if you remember, I showed a tape of the cabaret performance that was done, sponsored by the Nome Arts Council at the Mini Convention Center. And there's another concert coming up, a little bit different. This is Johnny B in concert, John Bushnell. Johnny B's been to Nome, and not for a long time. He's a perennial favorite, a wonderful musician, pianist. There'll be a couple of surprise performances that evening. It's the Valentine's Day after Valentine's, the 15th of February at the Mini Convention Center, sponsored by the Nome Arts Council. Things going on in town. Well, got a couple of fun things happening, and those of you who are into ballroom dancing can take advantage of, you need to call Colby Carter or Peggy Fagerstrom about ballroom dancing. They're every Tuesday and Thursday night at the elementary school. We had a terrific time last night. We had about 22 people show up, and it was a lot of fun. We broke down the jitterbug, we broke down the waltz. A lot of fun and great people, so come on out. If you need more details, I don't have his number off the top of my head, but you'll see flyers around town, and you'll see them walking around with a, what is it, step diggity something, and you'll see this little white thing, and ask them what it's about. It's about Texas two-stepping. We're going to do that. We're also going to do the polka. So good turnout, lots of fun, and you're all invited to do it. And that's Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 to 9, elementary school, Hello Central. And there is a fee, it's $25, but you need to, I don't know how that works, you pay at the door or something, and that's for the full session. We've just done the one, so I don't know if we'll be adjusting it as the weeks go on, but that's up to Colby and the folks putting it together. Subject warm and dear to my heart. Before we get to our guest, who's very patiently with tap shoes around his neck. Get a picture. Switch that camera over. DJ Stephen the Dude. Check this out. He's got his tap shoes around his neck, has tap shoes, and he's ready to travel. Hello Central. We're going to talk about one of my favorite forms of dance, his experience, which is considerable, both professionally and what he's going to be doing here in town. But before I did that, I wanted to talk a little bit about a project that I hope a lot of you have heard about, and that is the Arts Council's upcoming production of The Sound of Music. This is the one of the probably in the world and probably the most favorite musical at this point. People love it, they watch it time and time again, be it the movie version or the Broadway, those who remember the Broadway version. This is an interesting year in that this is the 100th year anniversary of Richard Rodgers' birth. And Richard Rodgers and Robert Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein collaborated on some of the great musicals. In fact, they are known pretty much in theater circles as the men who pioneered the American musical comedy. Oklahoma, South Pacific, The King and I, of course, Sound of Music. Some that some of you may remember, I do fondly, Flower Drum Song. They're just Annie Get Your Gun. Was that Annie Get Your Gun? No, I think that's Irving Berlin, never mind. But anyway, wonderful. Carousel. Oh, beautiful musicals. And The Sound of Music. And I had 70 people show up for auditions, and that is an all-time record in Nome. And we have, as you know, in Nome, we've done big musicals before. We've done Fiddler on the Roof, we've done The Unsinkable Molly Brown, we've done The Music Man, we've done South Pacific, and lots more in between. So we're going to haul it out one more time in a community production, sponsored again by the Arts Council. And we're soliciting in town for additional monies because we want lighting to be exquisite. and costumes to be exquisite, as the performances will be exquisite. And with that, I can now officially announce the cast list for this production of Sound of Music. And I got to be very honest with you that when I sat down in the first organizational meeting back in October, I had 67 or almost 70 people show up for that. And at the auditions, I had 70 people to fill about 35 roles. And we'll, but I want to thank everyone that came out to audition. It takes a lot of guts, but it's a lot of fun. And there's always next time. And this, I'll be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, many, many times have I gone down this road, but never in my 20 years of producing theater in the far north, both Barrow and here, have I ever been involved with a production that has this much energy going into it. And it's truly exciting. Let me just mention some of the cast members. Maria, who is, of course, the Julie Andrews role in the movie. Mary Martin, some might remember, originated the role on Broadway, will be played by Kathy Horner. Captain Von Trapp, who was Christopher Plummer, I don't remember, he may have even done it on Broadway, is Lloyd Perigo. The role of Max Detweiler, the way cool ne'er-do-well artsman of Vienna at the time, is Paul Korchin, and he's going to be absolutely wonderful. Playing opposite him as the young sophisticate from Vienna that comes to woo the Captain Von Trapp is Nikki Polk in the role of Elsa Schrader. And most important role is the Mother Abbess, who of course sings Climb Every Mountain. And of course the music in the show is magnificent. And Colleen Meyer is going to play the Mother Abbess. The three major sisters that work with the Mother Abbess, Sister Margarita, Amy Lujan, Sister Sophia, I gotta make sure I get my names right here. Sister Sophia is Kathy Gilliam from Wells Fargo, and Sister Bertha is Deborah Ferguson. I have a chorus of nuns. They are phenomenal. Heidi Imhoff, Annalie Coy, Karen Miller, Karen Fagerstrom. I have a lot of names here. Make sure I get a lot of these names. Nope, they're on another list that I didn't. Well, here, wait a minute, there we go. There are lots and lots of ladies whose names I'm forgetting right now. The children, always of interest, Liesel. I had about 4 ladies try out for Liesel, and they were all wonderful. What a wonderful position to be in. You thought I'd lose my train of thought, but I didn't. The children, I had 4 Liesels try out, and they were all wonderful. Each one of them could have done the role. It was a very difficult job casting. But that's my job, and I cast Sonia Head in that role. Playing the role of Rolf, who sings the young man who ultimately becomes a Nazi, who sings, "You are 16, going on 17, Mylan Shield." I think you'll have a wonderful young man and a marvelous performance. And we need to do things sometimes, and so we're doing it. Gretel, the tiniest one, is Diana Handlin. Louisa, another daughter, Natalie Horner. Callie King is playing the role of Brigitte, who gets the cool line, "That's the ugliest dress I ever saw." That's how she says hello to Maria the first time she meets her. The 2 young men, Friedrich and Kurt, are played by Benjamin and Jonathan Peterson. Boy, what a pair. Those 2 are too cool. And make sure I haven't forgotten anybody. Also, Erin Murphy is one of my nuns. And I want to I know who I forgot, Caitlin Tozier. Caitlin Tozier plays Marta. Caitlin's a lovely dancer as well, I might add. So I've got a wonderful group of kids, a wonderful group of adults. Mark Hunt is involved in the show. Nancy Wyman is playing the housemaid. And there are more. So rehearsals are underway. The children had their first rehearsal last night, and I got to tell you, I had a tear in my eye. But I just wanted to let you know a lot. And when is this all coming to you? My good friend Mary Hansberger, I sat down at a table not so long ago, and bless Mary, she looked at me and I said, well, we got Sound of Music is on the way, and she said, well, how's it going, and when do we see it? Well, we're underway, Mary, and we are performing on the 9th and 10th of May in the following weekend, which I believe is the 16th and 17th. So, lots of sets to build, and I'll be talking to those folks who showed an interest in that, and we'll have some stuff to be painted, and so a big, exciting production coming up. But now I'd like to get off of that and talk to my guest, DJ Roy. Come on over here. Hello, Central.
Much.
Bring those totally cool shoes.
Thank you.
Roy Jackson, right?
Yes.
This
yes.
is not a comfortable table to sit at.
Thank you very
Let me check out these shoes.
Go ahead. There you go.
Oh,
Thanks for inviting me to your show.
my pleasure. Ooh, I've hoofed all my life.
Yeah,
I
yes.
have. I started when I was about 6 or 7 years old. I took my first tap class,
Okay,
and I
okay.
hated it.
How come?
I don't know. I just hated it. I didn't like it. But when I ultimately went to New York,
Mm-hmm.
because I had the training in tap, my first 3 jobs were
Right.
because
You had some skills. That's what it sounds like. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. DJ, where are you from, dude?
I am from Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
I'm from Los Angeles, California. Born and raised
Yeah.
in Los Angeles.
You're
Went
a
to
young
school.
guy.
Yep,
You're a
I
young
think
guy.
so.
How long?
Years
When did you
might
start
catch up to
dancing?
me.
When did you start dancing?
About the age of 5, 6,
About
or
5.
something like that. Yeah.
Did your brothers and sisters? You have brothers and sisters?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have 7 brothers and sisters.
So whoa, where do you fit in?
I'm number 1. I'm
You're the
number 1.
oldest?
So I had to set the example. And only 3 of us, the first 3, got a chance to take the lessons, you know, at Al Gilbert Dance Studio down there in Los Angeles and Beverly in Los Angeles, right across the street from the Beverly Center.
Hello, Central.
Hello, Central.
Just,
Yeah.
I remember this. Ron Rico, right?
Ron Rico?
Isn't that, what's his name?
Oh, Pat Rico?
Pat Rico.
Yeah.
Pat Rico. I remember hearing about him when I was in New York.
Okay.
In that studio. Very
Right,
fine
Rico.
studio.
It's
How long did you study
the
with
late
him?
Pat Rico.
Yeah, how long did you study with him?
About 10 years.
About 10 years.
Yes.
So you
Pat
were,
Rico and Al Gilbert for about 10 years.
yeah, and you started to teach as well, I think.
Well, yeah. Before I started teaching, I was taking lessons, about 6 lessons a week, private and class lessons. And I remember we used to do annual recitals at Beverly Hills High School, and the agents would come there and recruit the kids to get into commercials and things.
Yeah.
And actually, my first job interview was called for a young dancer, a young tap dancer. And this was just when I was interested in not really taking an initiative to take tap classes. So my dad, he goes, well, you guys are about to take tap lessons, and it can't be that hard. So why don't you just get out there? And he showed me a couple of moves.
Did you tap dance?
And no, he just showed me what it looks like, because we used to see Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah,
and Fred
yeah,
Astaire.
yeah. Mr.
So,
Bojangles.
Mr. Bojangles, right. So I get out there in the interview, and I tell you what, they loved me.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't give me the job because they knew I was faking it.
Yeah. Well, and I've told this story when there was a musical that was revived in New York called No No Nanette. And in it was this huge tap number, big tap number. And everybody and his brother wanted to be in this show. And I was a tapper, and I was a young actor. And I said, Dad, I'm in like Flynn.
Yeah, tapping.
So I was working with this guy who had never had a moment of tap in his life, but he so wanted to get in No Nanette because he wanted to be able to dye his hair blonde. This is back in, in the time when you just didn't go dye your hair blonde, especially if you were a guy.
Right.
And he said, but I've never tap danced in my life. And so I remembered what a tap teacher told me once. When in doubt, remember, to really sell it, just keep that face going. Just keep that upper body.
Face and arms.
Yes, and the rest will either follow or they're not. It's going to be so dazzling they won't know it.
Yep.
And maybe you didn't hit all.
Maybe I didn't hit all the. Maybe I didn't hit all the sounds. Maybe not.
But I know because I was not. I love to tap.
Yeah.
And you are going to provide tap lessons here in Nome.
Yes. Let's see. I've been living in Nome for about a year and a half.
That's right. Yeah.
And I'm.
Well, you're kind of connected. Your SO, your significant other, has family, isn't it?
Right. Marissa King Cook is my fiance. We're planning a May-June wedding.
A May-June wedding.
Yes.
I'm from the island, right?
She's from Savona.
From Savona. Are you going to be married out there?
We're going to be married here.
You're going to be married here.
Here in Nome, yes. we're going through the premarital counseling kind of thing.
Oh, excellent.
And,
Good for you.
Yeah, and we've been, she's from Savoonga,
Uh-huh.
and we moved up here to Nome to be closer to her family.
And you're up here now, you're going to share these wonderful
Yeah.
things that you've learned
I'd like to,
over this
yes.
year in LA.
Uh-huh.
Beverly Hills High School, what is this, isn't that 900, what's that? What's the zip code for Beverly Hills?
90210 or something.
902,
Yeah, that's
wasn't
it.
that the show, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the show.
By the way,
Uh-huh.
not to interrupt, but I have to introduce behind the camera, you can't see him, is tonight's cameraman. Between you and me, I'm going to see if I can't get him to kind of stick with the show for a while. His name is Frosty Hughes. Some of you might know him. He's from Teller, son of one Kenny Hughes. Nice young man, and thank you for helping out, Frosty. You're totally cool.
No problem.
And he's going to help out with Music Man too. Hello Central, Ain't Life Grand, and I'm so happy he's aboard. Look at that metal on these shoes, taps.
Yep.
Now you know that when I was a kid, there was another kind. When I was a kid, I'm getting good at this. We're going to figure out what this problem is, Dad. When I was a kid, they had a thing called a jingle tap.
Right.
And with the first ones I saw had a loose, like a bead
Uh-huh.
underneath that airspace.
Uh-huh.
And then I've seen them with the little loose, kind of a plate,
Right. A separate little tap in there.
a separate little tap.
Right, I've seen that too.
Yeah,
They make all different types of taps.
but this is pure, huh?
This is the one to get, yeah. This is
This-
Peloton, Capezio shoe, standard shoe.
Called a Man's Dance Oxford.
Yep.
The women wear let's call it a Mary Jane, which has about a 2-inch, maybe 3 1.5 inch and 3/4 heel, nice wide heel, and it generally has a strap over the ankle. Here, I'm a tapper,
Uh-huh.
right? If I were to ask you, now you do other kinds of dance too, right?
Mainly tap. I took a little ballet, but I couldn't hang with it.
Yeah, but jazz, you do jazz.
I did jazz. Yeah, I did. I owe my parents money for singing lessons and jazz lessons. I really didn't excel in those.
You didn't excel. The ones you excelled in, you don't know, but the ones I didn't perhaps do my best. Hello Central. I can't believe that you can't sing, and I can't believe that you can't dance any
I
kind
mean,
of dance.
I'll sing, and I'll dance, but I
Yeah.
take pride in tap.
Okay.
I take pride in tap.
What's the hardest thing about tap?
When you advance to the upper grade levels, it's going to take more practice and commitment to do some of the moves because you need. It requires more control of your balance, more manual dexterity.
If you were to describe tap dancing, and I'm not trying to feed an answer to you, but I know how I think about it.
Uh-huh.
But how do you describe tap dancing? How is it unique?
Well, let's see. Tap dancing is looked it up in the dictionary one time, and from personal experience, I know that it's a combination of the Irish jig and African rhythms.
That's right.
You know,
It's a lot of clogging.
it's a lot of clogging, right?
Exactly.
And it's a wonderful art form. It's great exercise.
It is great. It's
It's
wonderful.
great. Yeah, it's great exercise.
You know why I think it's really great for kids?
Go ahead.
Is that in tap dancing, you learn to listen to the rhythmic structure of the music,
Right.
the syncopation,
Mm-hmm.
the accents, the inside of the music. You get to really,
Right.
you really get to feel the music
Mm-hmm.
and do it. And that's why I like it, because you can hear it.
You can hear it and feel it,
Yeah.
and transfer that sound to the
Yeah.
sound in your feet.
Yes,
Yes.
it's a joy.
Yes,
It's a
it is.
joy. It is a joy,
Mhm.
especially when you know how to do it.
Yep.
And learning it is, it's in a way. I almost said it's like ballet. Well, it's not anything like ballet, except that it is a discipline.
Yes.
It's like piano.
Mm-hmm.
It's like any instrument.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta practice.
You have to practice.
You have to do it. You have to practice it because in order to get those sounds and do
Right.
what you want to do, you have to become proficient at the move.
Exactly. I would agree totally.
Where would you and where do you think kids are best starting in tap?
I'd say they're best starting at about there's 6 different grade levels that I'll be teaching in my classes.
Mhm.
I have 6 classes that I'll be teaching at the rec center, starting at age 5 to adults.
Mhm.
And let's see, that's about where I'm starting.
And so you either how many classes a week? Okay, This will be offered through the rec center, or actually the rec center,
Mhm.
you're doing it, and
Right.
you're just kind of renting the rec center,
Right.
because it's got mirrors and it's got a good
It's got a
space.
dance bar.
And it's got a
mirrors.
dance bar
Yes.
and mirrors and all of that.
Right.
Now, I know that you have a fee schedule, sort of, and that people can kind of work with you on. But what is a basic package like?
Okay.
How long is it? How long does a kid sign up for?
Right.
And
Well,
what is it?
the art form is great, but somebody once said that the business of America is business.
Absolutely.
So basically, yes, there is a fee involved. You could take, I set it up where a student could take one class a week or two classes per week, depending on your schedule, if your schedule is permitting, and just to test it out to see if
Right.
it's the thing for you.
Right.
So the kids are meeting Wednesdays and Fridays from 2:30 to 3:30.
Wednesday, Friday, 2:30 to 3:30. What
Right.
age?
Age 5, they're mostly age 5, 6 and 7.
5, 6, and 7.
Yes.
Okay.
And the older kids and the adults are meeting. Okay, we're back. We're back. Okay,
Getting good, Frost. Go ahead.
and the adults, the older kids, are meeting Thursdays and Saturdays, 6:30 to 7:30 on Thursdays, 6 to 7 on Saturdays.
Mhm.
And then the kids are meeting Saturdays 4 to 5 for the one class per week, and the adults are meeting Saturdays from 5 to 6 for the one class per week.
And the program goes for how, if they wanted to go the
Okay,
whole program?
one class is $12 a class per week, and you could take 10 classes, that'll be a total of $120.
Right.
So, and if you want to take more classes, more than 10
Right.
classes, you could take 16 classes, and the
Right.
price of the class goes down to $10.
Right. So it's kind of like a punch card if you,
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah, you get a discount the more classes you take.
Exactly.
And the best deal to me is twice a week at $8 a class.
Right.
So that'd be like $192 for
Well, that's
24 classes.
Yeah. And it's a workout. Now, not being, God, my hat's crooked. Not being a particularly, well, if I dance and I'm physical, but
Okay.
now I'm not a big exercise dude because
Right.
of my lifestyle, etc. But it's good aerobics. TAP's excellent aerobics.
Excellent.
Excellent.
In fact, studies show that exercise helps increase your blood circulation.
Mhm.
And the better your blood circulation, the better your kidneys function to help you with ward off sicknesses and illnesses and
They go to
exercise.
Tom a lot too.
Well,
Hello, Central.
when people exercise, they wake up feeling better.
Right. Oh yeah, they do.
And so it affects your body totally.
Reggie
Reggie
Bright was
Yeah.
on the show
Uh-huh.
2 weeks ago and talking about Taibo, and
Right.
there's a program through Norton Sound, step by step. And if you get into that and find out where you're at physically, we all, if you're 45 years old and want to take tap dancing, that's totally cool. But if you've been sitting at a desk for the last 20, 10, 15 years, you might want to make sure that you're, because there's some work involved.
There is some work involved, but I'll start you out on grade level 1. So you're putting on tap shoes for the first time, and we're doing simple movements, and we stretch before we actually tap just a little bit. And that's something I actually sent. You were talking about age, 45. I like to encourage senior citizens to come out and and take lessons. So maybe I would offer something like. The initial class would be at no charge, and then after that, 25% off the rest of the classes.
If you're interested in doing this, you need to contact DJ, whose real name is Roy
Jackson.
And a telephone number that you could reach him at would be 443-2198. And because there is in addition to the classes, and you get and it's fine. It's right that you spent a long time learning this art, and for you to to charge a fee and to share, to get that as a fee for your work, I think that's marvelous. You need to think about shoes. I don't know what a pair of shoes like this cost. 40.
Those cost $64.
$64, and the taps are extra, probably another 20 or so.
Those came with the taps.
Those came with the taps.
Yes, taps are not. You can buy the shoes separately.
Right.
But it's more cost effective to buy them with the shoe.
Now, there are going to be men in Nome, if we get some guys that have never had a shoe like this, and I don't mean with the taps, I mean a shoe like this on their foot. If it isn't a walking boot or a sneaker or a muckluck, I mean, I was amazed last night when I saw the real shoes on the men's feet last night at the ballroom dancing. Nice, I was amazed.
You don't see that too much of it.
Well, I mean, my foot size went from I danced on Broadway for years at a 6.5D
Right.
in a Capezio or in a Selva or in a Larray shoe. My foot size now is 9.5. That's because of wearing sneakers up in narrow and Ugg boots. My little feet are just gone like that.
Okay.
But you need to buy some shoes. But believe me, if you've never tapped before, I think it is one of the most fun things in the world to do.
Yep, I totally agree, and I like to share with all of Nome. I think Nome is going to be known for if it's not already known for its arts enthusiasts.
Well, we have a fair number of folks that love, and we have not only folks involved in the arts, but people who love to attend the art shows, theater, concerts. We are very blessed in this town, and and there is a lot of talent out there. Believe me, I know. I've worked with so much of it. DJ, you're a wonderful young man, and I'm anxious to see how it goes. And if I've got time, I'd love to take the class. You and I'd love to. I just have when I learned it, and a lot of what I learned was in the United States, but then I lived in England for a long time. And I learned in the Royal Academy of Dance, which was a umbrella. I didn't go there. I was in Cambridge in some lady's dance studio. But we had to take a test because we were all working towards teacher license. And because like time steps in the United States are very different from a time step. If I said to you you got single, double, triple high time steps, and instead of doing a pickup time step, they're the shuffle, hop, step, tap, ball, chain, shuffle, hop, step, and a double is shuffle, hop, tap, 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 ball, chain, shuffle, hop, and a triple is shuffle, hop, tap, tap, ball, chain, shuffle, step.
You're always adding something.
Yeah, you're always adding, but it was the terminology. So it's fun, it's exciting, it's fast-paced.
Yes, it is.
Hello Central. What kind of music are you going to use?
All types of music, off-Broadway tunes.
Yeah.
We have all types of music.
All right.
Yeah, I remember, all types of music.
DJ, what are we? Steppin' Tones with DJ Roy Jackson. Not so new to Nome in the sense that he's got connections here. He's been in town for a year and a half. Through the rec center, you can call DJ at 443-2198 for more information. These are starting soon, right?
Yeah, starting February 15th. That's on Saturday.
That's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
I'll be 104 years old. No,
104.
I'll be 58. I'm a little boy. Anyway, DJ, good luck, and have fun.
Okay.
You betcha, you betcha. Hang loose there for a minute, because I'm just going to have you come in and tight on me. And as I promised, I wanted to, we're going to show a video. I need to go do a little changing, so you'll listen to my voice as I change the video. What you'll be seeing is the official part of the inaugural ball held in Nome just 2 weekends ago. Beautiful ball, wonderful committee. It was a lot of fun. And I am not known for being a big-time Republican supporter, but I will say this, and I mention it in a piece that I have on this tape. Our new governor and 70% of the electorate of this state voted for Frank Murkowski. Frank Murkowski has given some 35 plus years in the United States Senate on behalf of the people of the state of Alaska. I think it is to his credit that he has come back to Alaska in his really prime years, when men are usually retiring to head up universities or think tanks. Mr. Murkowski has won this wonderful election, so unity, and let's get over and get on with the business of the state of Alaska, and with looking towards improving and developing the resources of Western Alaska and getting roads and all of those things. So enjoy the tape. I'm going to put it on now. Thanks for tuning in. Next week, I got a great show for you. As most of you know, we've got a subway coming up down the street, being built as we talk. It's going to have a theater, and the plan is for Randy and Randy Pomerantz and Mike Murphy, who have just come back from Sandwich Academy, where they learned how to make Subway sandwiches. And I'm really looking forward to them about their grand opening, the plans for the place, and what it was like, learning how to do all those cool sandwiches. So that's next week on Hello Central Live. We'll be live here at 7:30 Wednesday night. I'm going to put in the other video. I want to thank DJ again for being here. Frosty, you're too cool. You going to come back, dude?
For what?
To help me out with the show, dude?
Oh, yeah.
You're cool. Now.
Are we still on?
Yes, we are.
Okay,
Don't
good.
say any naughty words, not that you will.
I won't. I
Hello
won't do that.
Central.